Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Youthman. I hope you've been enjoying the videos from my recent trip to Kansas City, where I filmed 9 home theater tours. Now, these home theater tours have some incredible setups. Absolutely was an awesome trip up there. Met some really great folks and have some new friends. And so over the next several weeks, I'll be pumping out those videos, getting those out to you as quick as I can. And the plan is to have them uploaded every Wednesday as well as every Saturday until we get through those 9. So far I have 2 on the channel, so if you haven't seen those, I'll leave a card up here to the playlist for that series of videos. Now on my channel, I love doing product reviews. I love doing home theater tips, and as well as, you know, kind of how to set up and calibrate your system. But one of the greatest things that I really love is doing home theater tours, and I really like doing them because I believe it provides a lot of inspiration as well as education on how and why people chose to do certain things in their theater room. Now, I'm making this video to kind of really almost as a dialogue and as an open discussion, because in the past I've done home theater tours where I've kind of just do a quick intro. Hey, we're in somebody's home theater. They're going to be sharing with you all the aspects of it. Then I hand the microphone to them, I get behind a camera, and I allow them to tour the home theater. So there are some difficulties with that. Not everybody's got the personality to get in front of a camera and to be really animated or exciting. And plus it's fearful, you know, knowing that your video might have the potential of reaching even 1 million people. We've got videos on this channel that have 1 million views. And so that's kind of intimidating, especially for somebody that isn't used to being in front of a camera. And so with the Kansas City home theater tour, we decided to try something a little different. And with this tour, I wanted to explore kind of more of the how and the why and the story behind their theater, as well as talk about the gear and everything. And I've asked you for your feedback, and I'm greatly appreciative of that, because what I desire most is to make content that you guys want to watch. I mean, bottom line, if you guys are enjoying it, if you're growing, if you're learning, and if it's inspiring you to make your own home theater, whether it's in a dedicated theater room like this, in a living room, a loft, a bedroom, a basement, a garage, wherever you have the space for, man, that just pumps me up. And to know that these videos have been helpful just really truly blesses my heart. And so with this tour though, there's a completely different format. And so with this one, it's more of us sitting down on their couch or in their theater seats and really just having a conversation about their home theater. Now, these are longer form videos, much longer than I've ever made here on the channel. And I was really hesitant because, you know, my question was, will my audience sit down and watch a 45-minute, a 50-minute, an hour, and even an hour-and-a-half video talking about home theater? And you guys have been extremely supportive. Oh my goodness. In the comments, most of you are like, man, I love these longer formats. But with that, there have been some really great suggestions even for future home theater tours. And so I just wanted to kind of talk through that and kind of my thoughts. So with this new one, we're sitting down in a space, in their space, and I'm asking just a lot of questions. You know, why did you choose to do this? How did you do this? What problems did you run into building your home theater? What advice can you give to somebody like you that is wanting to do the same thing in their space? If you had to go back, what would you do over? Those types of questions that I think really provide a huge amount of value to those of us that are wanting to do something similar in our space, other than just talking about the gear and the specs and, you know, the size of their subwoofers and things like that. But I think where I want to go in the next series, which I'm already planning that. I've already got several lined up for a Florida home theater tour, because that's somewhat local to me. So I'll be able to drive, maybe hit a couple of them in a day, and then I can come back and edit those, and we can produce those over a period of a month or 2 months. And then I'll begin to look for another state to do some home theater tours. But with that, my thought is, based on your feedback, is to do kind of a hybrid of previous home theater tours and the ones I'm doing now with Kansas City. And that is to kind of start off the video with a really brief tour. What's the space we're looking at? What gear do you have? What projector do you have? What screen? What TV? Speakers, seating, all that, and just kind of hit that kind of briefly. So at least you have a visual of what the space is and what they're working with. Then sit down and let's talk about, why did you choose these speakers? What is it that attracted you to Triad or Paradigm or Klipsch or SVS or Martin Logan's or Macintosh or whatever? And give them an opportunity to kind of share their story. Because what I'm excited most about this series with Kansas City is we get to see and hear their story, their journey. That really excites me, and it seems like you guys have been really, really receptive to that, and you really like that format as well. So I just wanted to let you know kind of where I'm going with future home theater tours and kind of the format there. A couple of thoughts that I wanted to kind of pose to you. Number one, if you've got a home theater, or maybe if you know somebody that's got a cool home theater, definitely reach out to me on my website, hometheatertours.com, submit it. I'm not looking for the biggest, baddest, greatest, most expensive home theaters, because the reality is all of us have different budgets, all of us have different space constraints. And so you may watch a video that's got a, it's a $200,000 home theater, and you go, Michael, that's cool and everything, but I'll never have a $200,000 home theater. I'm doing good to have a $2,000 home theater or a $20,000 home theater. And so I get that. And so on my channel, I want to provide content and home theater tours on all levels, all different budgets, all different types, from do-it-yourself to just these Mac Daddy extravagant ones, to small locations, to big rooms, 1 row of seating, 7 rows of seating, So I just want to provide as much content for you guys that you'll enjoy. And so, like I said, if you've got a home theater, submit that to me. The idea, I would love to get some sponsors for these trips, working with brands that would be willing to see the value in the content that I'm providing for you guys, and they'd be willing to sponsor a trip. But for the most part, so far that hasn't happened. So this is typically on my dime, covering the flights. I've had some gracious hosts when I travel to a location like Kansas City. When I went up to Wisconsin and Illinois, I had some great guys that are into home theater that said, Michael, you can stay with us. They fed me, and so a lot of those expenses are covered, but there still is cost, and especially a lot of time involved in doing a tour, time away from my family. And then when I get back, there's pretty much a full day of editing for each video. And I'm not complaining. I absolutely love what I do. I love traveling. I love meeting you guys, and I love even editing that process. But anyway, but it takes time, it takes resources. And so, I would love to be able to partner with some brands and that would be willing to say, man, we'd love to sponsor the home theater tour in California. We'd love to sponsor the home theater tour in Michigan or in Texas or wherever. So anyway, but one way that you can help, if you want, of course, I'm one of those guys where I don't expect anything. I'm going to continue to put out content free here on YouTube. I'm going to provide the best content that I possibly can for you guys to provide the most value in home theater tips, tours, and reviews. But those of you that are able, man, I would love for you to become a patron. Being a patron helps me to continue to do what I love to do and what I'm passionate about doing, and that's providing awesome content in the home theater kind of niche for you guys. And but if you're inclined to do that, man, I would love to have you as a patron. Being a patron, you get some great benefits. Some of those are just, number one, knowing that you're contributing to help me provide the best content, allowing me to travel to do these home theater tours. Different tiers will give you different kind of benefits and perks. Had an incredible 1-hour Zoom conversation with one of my patrons, man. Had an absolute blast getting to know him and his family and talking home theater. So that was super cool. So some of the tiers offer that type of thing. Other tiers offer huge discounts on any gear that I'm selling. So a lot of times, I'm upgrading to something, different or better or going a different direction. And I'll sell my equipment or I'll sell whatever I've got and I list that on Patreon before I list it anywhere else, before I list it here locally, and that sort of thing. So again, there's just a lot of different benefits. And another benefit, one thing I want to do, I know there's been a lot of hype, a lot of talk on Oro 3D, which honestly, I'm not a huge fan. It's okay. It's all good. But I love immersive audio, period. You know, and if your setup provides and my setup provides an immersive experience, brings me into the movie, that's what I'm more concerned about, not necessarily which format is better. But anyway, with that said, on my Patreon channel, or on Patreon, I'm going to be giving away the rest of my discs. And so we've got 1, 2, 3 Oro 3D demo discs. I've also got 3 DTS. This is a new version. It's the volume 24 4K. So I'll give away 3 of those. And honestly, I'll probably end up just doing some kind of contest. It'll be a simple contest, but I'll do a contest because technically I can't give these away on Patreon because it's, you know, you have to pay to get something for free, which seems kind of weird. So I'll do some kind of contest. We'll have some fun with it. You can submit whatever. Like I said, I'll figure that part out, but that's going to be coming up soon. So again, there's just a lot of reasons. And to all my patrons, you guys absolutely rock. Y'all have been incredibly generous, and you continue to support me and my family to allow me to provide, like I said, the best possible content that I can for you guys. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. I've actually got to head to my computer. I'm going to get the video, the next home theater tour for tomorrow. It'll go live at noon Eastern Standard Time, and I'm excited about this one, guys. This dude, Doug, had an incredible home theater. He's got it down in his basement, and he has a 24-inch near-field sub directly behind the couch. It was phenomenal, so I can't wait to share that video with you, as well as the additional videos from the Kansas City home theater tour. Well, guys, I love y'all. Appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Hope you have a blessed week, and I'll catch you in the next video.